Hi, welcome back to my journal journey. I have obviously got my everyday bullet journal, and I've got one for work as well, because I don't like taking some of these thoughts into work because they are so personal and private, and I can write however I'm feeling in this book. But if someone at school accidentally sees it, that would make me feel awful, because if I'm having a really bad day, week, month, children at school don't need to know that. They need to be able to see the happy teacher, and it needs to be a lovely, happy place to learn. So that's why I have my work journal just for work stuff. On top of just having these journals, over the years, 5 years of journaling, I have tried to journal for lots of different reasons, and this is my collection of other journals and other notebooks. So I'm just going to go through what you might use a notebook for and how much I rate them. So to move them to the side, and I will start with this one. This is my subscription journal, and in this journal I just keep a note of what subscription boxes I've got and any other additional bits like these post-it notes I stick in, and I try and make some sort of spread with it. I am really happy that I set this up because it's just a bit of a time capsule. So I do love this idea. I think I got it from the Journal Corner off Instagram, and I can see me using that planner for quite some time. The next one that I have got is this one. This one is from a few years ago, and it's all about finance, and I was tracking payments and a loan and things like that. So I was looking at what I spent, and I by chance finished it early, so here is a spread towards the end. Just split it up into the days of the week, and I would jot down what I spent, what category of my life it was, or if it was a no spend day. And so every week looked like this, and at the start of the month I did have a cover page, and then there was a tiny little bit of a review of how much I spent each week and whether I was over budget, under budget. This worked really well for me completing those loan payments. I have got a newer version which I did do a video about, and you have got a little flip through of part of this journal. This book's from Aldi. This one is from Homesense, and the one that I showed for my subscriptions is from Tiger. This book is from Poundland, and this was started in 2021, I think. It was for everything, and I just called it My Ideas, and then that got changed to Junk Drawer Journal. It was a place just to create and to swatch things, page ideas, tracker ideas. I had got a lot of stencils from Up to Daisy, and I wanted somewhere just to try them out and also to use up a bunch of washi tape that I had got. And my theme overview for 2021. It just has a lot in. Different weekly spread ideas. I sometimes like going back and just looking through these books just to look at where my life was and what I enjoyed creating. Since this one, I have had others. So that's a junk drawer journal or a catch-all journal. This is one that I currently work in, which I just chucked a bunch of sticks on the inside. And to a certain extent, so is this one. The original plan for this large, it's Moleskine, was for a reading journal, but this book has a lot of ghosting, very thin pages, so, and also the spine, as you can see there's washi tape down there. The leather, I don't think it is actual leather, but the covers don't stand the test of time. It's not a brand that I'd recommend. So I've also tried a media journal this year as well, but I'll get onto that in a sec. For a junk drawer catch-all journal, I would find a very cheap notebook. I think all of these notebooks combined probably cost less than £10. I love having somewhere just to scribble and make notes, so 10 out of 10 would recommend having some sort of catch-all junk drawer journal. My media journal, I am still trying to see if I'm keeping up with it, so the jury's still out for me. I see so many beautiful spreads, beautiful ideas and thoughts on YouTube and Pinterest that I love the idea. It's just whether personally I can keep it up. And this is a Yop and Tom journal from Amazon, and I love Yop and Tom journals. Linking to this media journal, I do have this, which is a beautiful dot grid journal. Found it in Homesense. Creative Lab Amsterdam is the brand on the back. I have not used too much of the journal, but if I am doing a non-fiction read, I will add a tab onto the side and I'll make notes in this journal. I've had it for quite some time, don't always use it, but I love having that one place where I can take notes. So these go together. This one, I had the book for quite a while. It's in the same style as my 5-year books. I found when creating in this book that I wasn't too happy with the page, and I have used that much of the book. It's been a struggle, but because I bought the book I don't want to throw it away. I wouldn't recommend this brand, and this is only because I have started to make YouTube videos that I've got somewhere for spread ideas and video ideas that I use it. So that's that book. These two are my 5-year journal. There's a part 1 and part 2. This is part 2. And I set them up in exactly the same way. And they have on each page 5 sections, which is why it's split across 2 books. And I write what my thoughts are, what I've done for the day, just anything that I want. These stay next to my bed, and I have to say I wasn't too sure in 2023 when I first set them up. I'd seen a lot of posts online about 5-year journals, so I just wanted to join the hype train, and I'm really glad that I did set them up, because 3 years into it I get to look back and see what the same day last year and the same day 2 years ago were like. On one of the days in January, my mum had donated a coffee machine to me, and it made me so grateful all over again for this coffee machine. And also I sometimes put my hopes and wishes in for future me. So 3 years down the line, I am absolutely loving having these, and I'm glad that I set them up. And they need to go back next to my bed. This big one at the bottom is just all the thoughts. It's all the thoughts, plans, mind maps, scribbles, when I just want to rant and rave but I don't want to hurt anyone's feelings, or I know that I'll feel different in 10 minutes time when I've cooled down. Everything just goes in here. It's why I found myself not using my junk drawer journal as much, because I just place a lot of mind maps and whatnot in here. It is an A4 bullet planner from Tiger. I'm so glad I picked it up. Moving on to the next two categories, which are the last two categories of miscellaneous journals that I've got lying around my studio. This one is a spiritual journey, so anything stargazing, it all goes in here. And I like tracking just the one thing in this book, because then I get to look back at different readings and whatnot to see what was happening, what my thoughts were about the readings, what my cards were for the year, and I don't have to go digging through all my bullet journals to find that one reading. So I love having it. I've not used very much. I'm only about that far through, so can't wait to fill up this whole book. Love it. And it is a Tifosi. It hasn't got the make inside, but it was off Amazon, and this is going into its second year. It doesn't leave my desk, but it's holding up really well, and it's a nice chunky journal. Then my last category, I've got try one, try two, and it is an idea that I got from Joshi Corinne, and that is a long-term collection. I was very much in the first try influenced, and I tend to always decorate this page, and I did it in the same sort of setup that Joshi Corinne set hers up in. I'm just trying to find days without birthdays or anything like that. Just loads of ideas. As I said, I set it up in the same way, and just loads of ideas, reference material, lists. And for me personally, it just did not work. It was just not what I needed. I then started some just random challenge notes and jottings in here, but then it ended up just getting relegated to my shelf. I was about halfway through. As I say, that way of setting up works for some people, absolutely did not work for me. This one is my current long-term collections. So, still being influenced, but now I am setting it up in my own way, in my style, my way, to do exactly what I want. And I've still got the lists, I've still got the reference and the ideas, but I've added decoration to it. I have got the same font for each of my titles, but then when I move on to a new set of collections, my decoration changes. I still take notes from different videos, but I do it in my own way now, and I have to say it works so much better for me, and I love having it all in the one place, that I don't have to keep on resetting up. It's always next to me on my desk. I had so much fun setting it up. Got a UK one as well, and then there's some finance things, then thinking about my next move in life, so my new house. Then I was working really hard to looking at my well-being. If you're a teacher, you've probably seen these posters from Twinkle. So these spreads did bulk out my book quite a bit, but I feel like they were really, really needed. And then go on to my master chore list throughout my house, and that's it. I'm still only about halfway through the book, so I can see this being another book that I keep for quite a long time. I hope my collection of miscellaneous books has given you something to think about, some ideas if you want to just create something new. My go-tos are my long-term reference, my junk drawer or catch-all journal, my 5-year, and also my spiritual journal. Those are the go-tos for me, but thanks for watching and I hope to see you again soon. Bye!